All right, so this week I wanted to share something really exciting with you guys about some of the benefits of meditation and exploring our um, divine identity and our divine essence, and exploring the energy that resides within all of us. So there was a study done through Dr. Joe. You know, I've done training with Dr. Joe Dispenza. And so training, um, he connected with some scientists at the University of California, San Diego, and they were they have been um, tracking for years now, and a lot more recently, the benefits of meditation in the people that are attending the seminars and the people that are practicing this coherence meditation in their lives like they would an exercise program. And so he connected with the university, and in February of 2020, right as COVID was getting underway and everything was shut down, these guys in the neuroscience department decided that they would do some studies on the blood of people, what changed in the blood of people as they were going through the meditations, and the benefits on their life. Like, could they figure out the benefit? And so they took at one of the week-long intensive meditation retreats. They tested, the control group was like regular vacationers, so like spouses of people who are going to the intensive retreat. And then the next group they tested were people who go to the retreat, and they say that 70% of them don't do the pre-work and aren't really meditating, but they actually come to the retreat. And then they had the third group was people who meditate every day, like exercise. So um, they the whole gist of the study, and they repeated it multiple times and came up with the same results, is they took um, the the blood of these people, and they separated the plasma, and they took a COVID spike protein, and instead of the poison inside, they put a dye. And so they introduced the spike protein to the control group, the vacationers, and it went into their cells and turned everything red. And then they did it to the middle group, who were really just starting out with the process, and they were mostly all red. It entered their cell. And then they introduced the COVID spike protein to the regular meditators in the coherence meditation, and the spike protein could not enter the cell, and it stayed on the outside, and they were not infected. And so they've done this study over and over, and in several different week-long seminars. So what we can take out of that is, when we are committed to our spiritual identity, our divine life, and we're committed to the process, and we're protected in life, right? And we evolve and grow. But the meditation is, it's not a process that we're going through of and we've talked about this before, but going in and feeling good, and going in and but we're going in and connecting. We're going in and we're separating our awareness from our physical body, and our awareness from our current life. And we were going into the space of being not aware of the body and our life, but going into the void, or the the space of divine love and universal love. And we're going in there and we're connecting with the high level emotions, and we are elevating ourselves to within our meditation. We're connecting in with our divine life and our divine source. And we're steeping in that. And that is having a radical effect on people's lives and on our own life and on my life. But as we evolve and grow, anything that's standing in the way or impeding the flow of that back and forth connection will become aware to us, and then we can move it out of the way. So the meditation practice is to move out of our current awareness and into a place of just awareness, where we are aware of being aware and not tied into all of the programming and the current experiences that we're having in our current body. But we're elevating above that and going into a place of enjoying the unity and the awareness of all of the high attributes of love and abundance and wholeness and wellness. And when we connect with those frequencies, because we're energy, and this body, this life that we have is a reflection of our energy. And if we want a different outcome, we can move into this place of meditation and generate an awareness and connect to a new frequency. And when we connect to that frequency of wholeness or wellness or love or joy, abundance, then we connect that back into our human life, into our existence. And that divine connection begins to regulate and recalibrate and begin to tune up the energy within our body and begin to bring it into alignment with divine life and divine energy. And we are self-healing machines, and we are really creation itself, and we are creation in human form. So where do we get the power to create, and where do we get the power to know and to reach where our heart is a garden of our life, and within the garden of our heart are all the seeds of desire. So what waters and brings those seeds up, and where do we go to tap into that? And it is our meditation practice, and it is a practice that we need to go into with intention and with knowing that we're going to be met there. It's a knowing that there is fulfillment of our desire there, and there is the answers to all that we need there. And when we are in the presence of that, our entire physical being begins to be elevated and begins to be renewed and restored to its homeostatic state. So in sharing that study with you, that is a miraculous demonstration through science of the fulfillment of what we are doing, why we are going into our meditative practice, and how do we go in there to get the best benefit out of it, to move our lives forward. So, for me, like we've talked about over the last few weeks, it's making a commitment to my own evolution and making a commitment to my own life and my own forward progress, and walking it out through spending time in being in the presence of divine love, of universal love, so that I am elevated up to a place where I begin to see and know, where I am going and what's here for me, and the desires that are seeds within my heart are watered. The sunshine and the water comes from our meditative practice, and it is a personal experience that we have in the deep dark space within. I can't develop and progress and live your life for you, and you can't for me, because we're unique divine beings. We're unique in our expression and in the desires that are in our heart and in the fulfillment of our life. So we're going along evolving and living our own unique expression, and going deeper into that process. So as we go deeper in and as we connect more and more, the benefit is our physical body becomes a strong and more resilient, and conditions within the physical body begin to align with the energy, begin to align with the divine energy that we're spending time in. And people who are spending time and are going in with an intention for wholeness and wellness, an intention for a forward movement, an intention for evolution, they are receiving the fruit of that intention. And through this, the study is an example of that. And I know in watching the podcast from the class, people are getting up out of their wheelchairs and walking. It is happening today because people are moving into and committed to getting a hold of the revelation that they are divine, and there is wholeness and wellness there for them, and they are putting in the time and doing the work with the intention. So it is a reality that whatever is going on in our life can and will be changed by our commitment to our life and to the meditative practice. I mean, no matter what it is. So we have to move out of, or we can stay. It really doesn't matter. If we're happy in our life and life condition and where we are, that's great. There's no less love or miracles for you. There's no less. But when we begin to see that we are created beings and we have the ability to create, we have been given the power to create wholeness and wellness and abundance and the fulfillment of our desires in our life. We have been given the power to create that through our connection with divine energy. Then we begin to move into that space and we begin to get fired up by that, right? And we begin, why wouldn't we want that? Like, who doesn't want more? Or who doesn't want to rise to their fullest potential? So that is kind of my message today. Little news flash of of great things that are happening out there through meditation, and it absolutely is real, the connection we have with divine love when we go in. I mean, the hardest part is disciplining ourselves, and then we're not trying to I just want to say this too, like maybe I have a double message, but we're not trying to get away from our rambling mind. And I realized that in the last week or so, even in my own practice, when we sit down and we close our eyes and our mind starts like doing its thing, we're not trying to get away from that. We're not trying to put our mind in a corner, but what really needs to be happening, and I really understood that is we begin to align the energy in our heart with the energy in our mind, and we begin to get the two to synchronize, and then the mind quits talking. The mind quits running off and chatting about stuff. So when we open our heart and we spend time in love and we feel the love in our heart and we begin to channel that up into our mind, and because the mind and the heart are one energy, you know, we see the desires of our life in our heart. We see the vision of it. The heart triggers the brain to make the emotions for that vision. And those emotions generate the energy and the beacon to bring them to pass. Like that is the loop. And we are supported and enabled to do this by the divine energy that we are, that's in us, and that is all around us. So we are divine. We create, we have the power to create in our lives, and we just need to become more and more aware of it, more and more aware of it, and begin to practice, spend time in the practice of it, right? So that we are moving away the things that separate us. So that's my message. Any questions or comments?
I feel better about not being able to, like, being in a fight with my talking brain all the time. So it's good to know that it will just shut up all by itself when things
It'll
get
shut up
aligned.
as you begin to channel the energy
Yes.
up.
So I don't have to just like say quiet all the time, right? It
No,
will happen.
it's going, yeah, because we begin to realize spirit, soul, and body, right? Heart and mind, like it's the same energy. It's connecting it instead of trying to separate it. We're one being, one complete being, and it's aligning the energy in our one complete being instead of focusing on the separateness of it. I'll deal with my mind, I'll deal with my heart, I'll deal with my body, and I'll deal with my life. It's one body, heart, mind. It's one, you know, the mind. So we begin to melt into that unity, and then we get clarity, and we begin to generate energy for the fruit that is waiting to come out of our heart, right out of our heart. We're very powerful beings. We're taught most of our lives to move away from that power. We're taught most of our lives that we are not creation beings, that we are not the essence of the divine. We're taught the divine is separate from us, and that's not true. We are the divine. So it's overcoming the teachings, it's overcoming the cultures, it's overcoming whatever our belief is about it. And it's realizing that if all this power resides within me and all around me, then that's really awesome. How do I move forward with that and begin to turn it on, flip the switch, right? Like, how do I begin to become divine and divine in my expression? 100%, like in every area of my life. So that's, we're becoming more and more aware of who and what we are, but the volume of awareness is directly related to the time and the commitment to the process, and to when we fully get a hold uh, of who and what we are, we're going to be saying, I thought I knew, but now I see, you know, and now let's go make stuff happen, right? Let's go make stuff happen. Oops, somebody's missing. Ah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Silence.
I have a question. Um,
Okay.
so I was actually, Claire and I talk a lot about this because I've been meditating a long time. I could be better about consistency, but I feel like all of my personal goals have come into alignment, but professionally, it's just not happening. And I keep setting these intentions and I keep reaching out to experts and I'm making those networking connections. And it's like hard to get that professional energy to meet because like my personal life, it's amazing. I'm so
Mhm.
thrilled, but I'm not getting that fulfillment. And then also the flip side of that coin is I almost feel like I spend so much time at work and on work energy that I don't want to meditate on work energy when I'm not at work. So it's like, it's kind of hard.
Right. Okay. So I can speak to a couple of that, a couple questions, a couple of those. So first of all, our life is not in segments and boxes, right? We are, and work, family, relationships, everything is all one. And everything in our life, every person, everything happening is some aspect of us that's mirroring back to us. So when I have found that I have been in a place where I'm not um, getting fruit, then I need to step way back, because if you were driving down a road, you took a map and you're like, I'm going, and then you turn down a side road, and you kept running into signs that were like, no, dead end or stop, you'd go back, or you'd get back on a different path, right? So sometimes we're pushing for something, or striving, but it's all us. Like if stuff is not flowing, it's us. Like if anything I've learned in life, if my life isn't flowing, it's me. So what's the log in my stream? Like what's preventing my boat from moving forward? Am I reaching for something less than who I am? Is there something that's more, or more going to be more in line with my highest and best? Possibly. Is there,
Oh,
I'm gonna just silence her. Okay. Because uh, we've life will actualize for us. It's great to have intentions, like super intentions, but our biggest intention is for our highest and best expression. So with our work, sometimes it's stepping back and saying, is this my highest and best expression? Is there something else here for me? This isn't flowing for me. I want to see things how they really are. I want to see through the eyes of clarity. Because oftentimes, if we're not receiving answers, it's because we're not willing to see them, or we're not open to something different than the three things we've decided. So flow in our life, and clarity and uh, direction comes in direct proportion to our openness for it and our surrender, I have found, um, personally. So you know, having flow in your personal life is, and having your desires are now being fulfilled is super great. That feels different than the energy that you're experiencing with your work, right? So there's a clash then. So it's stepping way back and saying, I want the same joy in my work that I have in my personal life, and being open to whatever direction it may lead you. And you're always, 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 always going to be successful following your heart. Even if you cannot see how it's gonna be, you will never be led down a dead end if you're following your heart. You're following the truth that's within you. Your intuition that is guiding you is never going to lead you astray. Dead ends and roadblocks are we need to become a larger vision of ourselves and what's here for us, even if it doesn't include what we already have. So that's what I've learned in my life of varied experiences of clinging to and hanging on.
I have spent a lot of energy and creativity making bridges over those roadblocks and things, and trying to create the desired result and making something happen, but it wasn't actually, I had to go back in the end.
Yeah.
And start over. But just
Yeah.
because you can do it and make it work doesn't mean that you should ignore all those road signs. Like me.
Yeah. So thank you for that. I could say I've done that too. I don't think there's a person in this thing who hasn't tried. Yes. When it feels like more secure to control or hold on, right? But there's magic in letting go. And even though we can't see what's underneath us, we're held up. We're held up, we're supported, we're on fluffy white clouds. We truly are. We truly are loved and supported continuously and guided. But what I have also found is that we were given the gift of being free thinkers, free creators, right? And we can go with our creation. And when it doesn't totally work, we must come to the table. The love, universal, divine, intelligent love that is out there is not going to come and pound on my forehead or spin me around and go in this direction directly. Everything comes when we're open to something different. And I have been like beating my head on the wall and going, I'm open. But then in really retrospect, I wanted it to funnel through in a certain way and wasn't open to it being bigger. So there's more and big and a whole world that will elevate you to a higher spiritual place than you are right now, and give you a broader, more beautiful self-expression than you're even having right now. It's beyond what you can see. Maybe. So I'm hoping that answered that. Did that help? Okay.
Excellent.
So coming here every week and saying it's about commitment, and it's about the relationship, because I'm just coming every week and saying that because the intimacy, the time in the presence of love is what we all desire. And in that presence is where we get our blueprint, our roadmap, our next step, the desires of our heart. We create them. We create them. So through that loving relationship. And we also have health as a benefit. So, and science is beginning to prove it out, what people have known for years. So, so that's this week. And next week we'll have a little bit. I'm working on a lesson that I want to share. So next week will be that lesson. And anything else? We'll go into meditation from here. So we're going to go in and tap into the energy of love and life. And we'll steep in that and let it have its effects on us. So get comfortable, close your eyes, close out the immediate world. Take a big breath, empty it out. Another big breath and empty it out. Connect with the emotion of love within your heart. Feel the love within you, within your heart, the seed of creation in your life. Connect with that love and let it expand with each breath. Allow it to fill the space within you. Filling you up. Feeling it in you and all around you. Feel that love within you and filling the space all around you. Feel your big, beautiful, expansive, creative heart. Feel the energy of it. Connect with it. This is you. In your uniqueness. If your brain is chatting, send love up there. from your heart to your brain. Fill your brain with love from your heart. The love is flowing in you and all around you. This love that you feel, that you connect with, contains life, wholeness, wellness. Open to it. Love is everything. Intelligent love is touching us. It's moving in our lives from within us. It's moving in you and all around you. It's creating your life from within your heart. This intelligent love is in the space between us and everything, and within us, speaking to us, touching us all the time. Connect with it. Feel it flowing into you and all around you. The power of this love is here for you. To create your life. Feel it. Feel it in you and all around you. Whatever you need right now, it's here for you. Open to it. It is in you, in the space around you. All of your answers. Change our perspective. See it from a different angle. Reach out for what you need. Love, clarity, vision, wholeness, abundance. These are all aspects of the love that's in us already and all around us. These attributes belong to us. For us to explore and to know and to experience. Divine life and energy is here for us. Tuning in, tuning up. It's here for us. Joy, love for life is all here for us now in this beautiful life that's ours. We are the only ones who can live our life completely. We're the only ones who can enjoy every moment of it. It is ours. Receive it, the fullness of it, every day. Receive what you need. It's here for you now. Take a big breath and empty it out. Reconnect with yourself. You are forever changed. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So I'll see you guys next week. We'll be back here. If you have any questions, I'm here.
Thank you, Audrey.
Love you guys. Get in there and enjoy the love.
Love you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Audrey. Have a good week.
You too. Have a good week.
It was
Thanks, sis. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.